Hello YouTubers, Alaska Prepper here. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is going to be my last video as Alaska Prepper. I am going to change the name to this channel to Rudy's Corner. And right now, as you can see, I am in Three Bears in Healy, Alaska, and I am headed down to Anchorage to make a purchase that some may consider a very bad financial decision, but it's something that I've wanted to do for a while. Once we get to the dealership, I'm going to go ahead and show you what I'm getting, although you probably already know what it is. And yes, my Lulu head is along for the ride. I think she's enjoying this beautiful sunny day just as much as I am. And the sights, ladies and gentlemen, are incredible. It's unfortunate that I did not have my camera turned on earlier because I've already seen 3 moose on the side of the road, and they were big moose too. So enjoy the ride. We should be there soon. Why am I changing the name of what has always been known as the Alaska Prepper channel? Well, ladies and gentlemen, because I've been doing this for about almost 9 years now, I think 9 or 10 years. And what I've mainly covered is preparedness content and also what I've called actionable intel, telling you to get ready for higher prices, fuel shortages, etc. It comes in all forms. And I'm just tired of doing that. And if you took a look at my video where I said that this is my farewell video, what I meant is that this is my farewell from living life the way that I used to live it, always thinking about 5 years or a year ahead. And now I'm ready to live life in the now. So this content that I've been putting out is going to change drastically, all right? And I understand that some of you want to hear the news every day and things like that, and I understand that, but this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and show you a little bit of Rudy's Corner whenever I go somewhere, do something, something that I haven't done before, something that I've been wanting to do for a while. I'm going to share that with you, mainly because I want to keep the connection that we've had for all of these years. And also because I really enjoy doing this, all right? So let's get back on the road and head to Anchorage. Well, we made it to Anchorage, and I am going to go ahead and fuel up before our trip back home after we pick up the RV that I'm picking up today. And I just wanted to show you that the prices here in Anchorage are a little bit less than Healy. Right now, unleaded is $5.17 per gallon. And for those of you wondering what kind of gas mileage this old guy is giving me, as you can see, we used 11.2 gallons of gas since our last fill up at Three Bears. And our trip meter is counting 22 miles per gallon on average, but it's actually a little bit more than that if you go ahead and do the math. So not too bad. And here we are pulling up to Dependable RV, which is the dealership in which I purchased my Coleman 17B. And here is me trying to back up as straight as possible in order to retrieve what will now be called Rudy's Corner. And now let the adventures begin. I wonder what kind of gas mileage I'm going to get on the way back pulling this trailer. And so far it feels like this is the perfect size trailer for this truck because I don't even feel the truck pulling it. So I stopped at another Three Bears to fill up after leaving Anchorage, and I'm going to show you all what the gas mileage is, or the miles per gallon is, pulling the RV. The price of gas hasn't changed much between Anchorage and here, this Three Big Bears. And I also noticed that the Alaska Vets Memorial Day run is happening here. And I just wanted to tell you all that I don't think I'm going to have this video out by Memorial Day. So if in case I don't, happy Memorial Day to all of you. And always remember those that paid the ultimate price. 12.5 or 12.6 gallons. And let's see how many miles we drove on 12.6 gallons. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I wish that this was wrong, but it is very right. Averaging about 10 miles to the gallon pulling the RV, which realistically, that's what I was expecting to get, around 10, hopefully 12 miles to the gallon, but 10 miles to the gallon it is. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I was going to give you a tour of my new RV, but in reality, I've been on the road since about 4 o'clock this morning, and it's about 7 o'clock in the evening now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you a quick outside tour, and then I'm going to go inside. I'm going to cook me a steak for dinner, and then by that time, I'm going to be ready to watch a movie and go to bed. And then tomorrow morning, I'll give you a tour of the inside of the RV so that you can see how neat this little RV is. It's like not huge, but it's perfect at the same time. But take a look at where I'm camping out for the night. Isn't this beautiful? This is what I'll have to wake up to tomorrow morning. And I'll show you what it looks like in the morning as well. It's right next to the highway, but we're allowed to camp out here. Next to the highway, and it's a pretty safe location. But let's take a quick look at the view as I can see it. Look at this. You can see the mountain range, and it's pretty much all around us. I hope that this phone's camera, which is pretty much my only camera, will do the beauty of this place justice. Right now, I'm probably about 180 or so miles away from Fairbanks. But I've had enough driving for the day, and what better place to stop with the camper's maiden voyage than here to enjoy the beauty. And look at the sky, it's still beautiful outside. The sun is still out, obviously. Like I said, it's about 7 o'clock in the evening. And this is my new Coleman trailer. This is a 17-foot trailer. It has 2 bunk beds, or a bunk bed with 2 small beds. It has a queen size bed with it. It is gas, which was a big deal for me. I didn't want an all electric trailer. And I did have them install one of these power jacks. That way I didn't have to be twisting it all the time or turning it all the time in order to be able to secure it. And it looks like the ground is level enough that I won't have to mess with it today. But you can see that it comes with a power awning right there. And like I said, this pass-through right here, I'll show you in the morning because it is pretty big. And that's where I'm actually going to install my solar generator that I have, which I will go over with you as well. And it's got a little window right here by the kitchen. Very nice. It has an outside outlet. I like that it's got pretty good size tires, and it also comes with a full size spare tire as well. It has a heater. It has an on-demand water heater as well. And the price that I paid for it is, in my opinion, outstanding. I was looking for RVs in Fairbanks, and they had an RV show here maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago. Maybe closer to a month ago, they had an RV show. The cheapest in price that I could find was something comparable to the size of the one that I have right here. And it was in excess of $40,000. And ladies and gentlemen, I know that an RV is a depreciating asset. Sorry for the traffic. I know that an RV is a depreciating asset. However, I didn't buy it as an investment. I bought it as something that I can use to get away on the weekends during the summer and enjoy what Alaska really has to offer. And like I said, this thing has everything that you need. It doesn't have everything. Right here is our on-demand hot water heater. It has a freshwater connection that we can go ahead and put water in. And it also has a city water connection where if I'm camping somewhere and they offer amenities like water on demand, you can go ahead and hook it up to this and you don't have to worry about draining your tank. It has a 21-gallon fresh water tank, and at the same time it has a 34-gallon gray water tank and a 34-gallon black water tank. And right here we have our 30 amp connector right there, which I will be using tonight, and I will show you what I hook it up to tomorrow. And as you can see, it has what I like as far as an air conditioner goes. It has a window style air conditioner, which I prefer over the ones that go on the actual roof, because those window style air conditioners, they don't use that much power, and if they break, they're very easy to replace and inexpensive as well. By the way, it's 17 feet as far as the camper goes, and then you add another 3 feet to the tongue, and it's 20 feet altogether. But as far as living space, it's 17 feet long. And although the miles per gallon that I've been getting is around 10, it's not the best. I expected that. It's still worth a while when you consider how much money you would be paying for a motel, and of course the extra mobility that you have as to where you can visit and stuff with the little trailer. So I'm very excited about this. This is a new chapter in my life. I am definitely going to get my money's worth out of this. I don't think I told you all what I paid for it. I paid $19,949 for the entire package, with the exception of the power tongue jack. That I paid an extra, I think it was $249 for, which to me, it is well worth it. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is how fast the weather turns in Alaska. Right now, it's pretty much 100% cloud cover. So, no sunrise this morning for us to see. And it's snowing, believe it or not. You may not be able to see it, but there's little flecks of snow coming down. And the forecast shows that we should be getting roughly up to an inch of snow this morning, which is not that much for Alaska standards, but it is the end of May. And we are currently, in case you don't know, we're near Cantwell, Alaska. You can see that we got a little bit of frost in the ground. And let me show you what I used to power the RV overnight. I used one of these OUPES 240 watt solar panels, and I hooked up the 30 amp shore connection to the brand new OUPES Mega 2. And I have to say that it's pretty awesome. As far as how much power the RV's using, it uses almost nothing, because there's only two devices inside the RV that really use electricity. That's the air conditioner, which we obviously don't need, and the microwave, which I turned on yesterday briefly just to see how much power it consumes. And if I remember right, it was about 1,000 watts of power that microwave inside the trailer consumes. And of course, I will show you everything inside of it later on when I get everything tidied up. I'm taking a look at Lulu over there, making sure she doesn't get taken by a bear. So anyways, I'll do a review of the OUPES Mega 2, the new one that they have. Pretty awesome machine compared to the other one. It's definitely a nice upgrade to the old Mega 2 that OUPES had come out with before. One of the things that I noticed when I purchased this RV is that, you know, normally in the back there's a bumper where you can put the slinky stinky, you know, the sewer hose that you use to empty out your sewage water, your black water. And I'm like, oh wow, this didn't come with one, so I guess I'm gonna have to keep my slinky stinky inside a tote or something like that, inside one of the storage compartments. But then, check this out, ladies and gentlemen. There it is right there. There's the storage for the slinky stinky. So that's pretty nice, pretty convenient. And I really like that there's a really good amount of clearance under this trailer. And the underneath of it is pretty much sealed, so you don't have the tanks or anything like that exposed to the ground. Where are you going, girl? You trying to get taken or something? Huh? Who's the good girl? Lulu, sit. Sit. What do you say? I made a big mistake, ladies and gentlemen, but I definitely wrote it down on my notepad. And you have to understand, this is my first trip with the RV. So I forgot coffee. It's about 4:45, 5 o'clock in the morning, and sunrise is supposed to be around this time, and it should be coming up from this direction up here. But there's no sun that we're going to see this morning because there's too much cloud cover. So there goes the first sunrise of our RV experience. Hopefully we'll be able to catch plenty more. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let me show you the inside of Rudy's corner. So let's go ahead and start with the bathroom because this is very simple. Very easy, and look at that. That is what you call a prime pooping position. There's plenty of room on each side for your legs. It is a plastic toilet, but it does what it's supposed to do. Nothing fancy about it whatsoever. The shower is just a basic little RV shower. One thing that I'm going to do before I even use the shower is I'm going to buy some of the waterproof Scotch 3M, and I'm going to spray all of this. This is already waterproof, but before I use it, I want to go ahead and make sure that I silicone everything. Even though it's already been silicone, I'm going to go over it again to make sure that it's completely waterproof on every side, and I'm going to end up doing the same thing with all of the walls. Just spraying all of these walls to make sure that they're completely waterproof, and I'm also going to go ahead and silicone the floors in the bottom where the linoleum meets the walls, just to make sure that water does not get anywhere where it's not supposed to be. But it's got a little vent up there. It doesn't even have a fan. And what I found out is if I want to put a fan on here, it'd be pretty expensive because since they don't have a fan on here already, I'd have to have it wired in. So we'll figure something out as far as putting a little exhaust fan. But remember the price point of this trailer. I mean, 20 grand, you know, it's not bad for what I see so far. And of course it does have a heater. So all you have to do is turn this thermostat on to whatever heat level you want it to be for the heater to turn on. And the heater is down here by the floor, right under the refrigerator. It doesn't have a big fridge, which I don't really need a big fridge because pretty much all that's in there is meat and butter. So whenever I take one of my trips, all I'm going to be doing is just putting whatever meat I'm going to eat in here for that trip, have some butter, and as you can see, I have some Sprite Zero. I know it's the devil, but it is what it is. There's a little bit of storage right above the refrigerator. And something that I don't see really using at all is a microwave. It's actually a pretty nice microwave for what it is. It's nice and deep. And I could only see myself using this maybe to warm up some water or coffee or something. There's a double bunk bed set up here, which is pretty decent. I mean, it's a pretty good size. More than likely, what I'm going to use these bunk beds for is the bottom one is going to be probably for Lulu, because it'll be easy for her to get up there. And as you can see, she was already laying here yesterday and chewing on one of her bones, making a mess. But the top ones, I'm probably going to use this for storage. So this is more than likely going to be full of those 27-gallon totes, the ones that are like black with a yellow lid. I can stack them all the way deep in there and then have everything cataloged as to what I have and where in those totes. That way it'll be easy for me to get. But one thing that's nice is that each of these bunk beds comes with a USB-A and USB-C port on top and the bottom. And this is the rest of what it looks like in there. I really wanted a small trailer that had a little dinette set, and this is perfect because it's got enough room for me to eat, plenty of room for Lulu to be on the other side begging of whatever I'm eating. And I kind of like that this little table is not set. You can actually fold it up and you can actually take it outside if you want to eat outside. And these seats or these benches, they have a whole bunch of storage underneath. So there's a lot of storage in this little trailer for what it is. And it's the same thing with this bench seat right here as well. There's storage under it. Now, one of the things that you can do with this is this table folds down where it's pretty much level with the bottom of the storage bins right here, and then you can put some cushions on top of the table to make it into like a bed, but I don't foresee ever having to do that. It does come equipped with a queen size bed, and the mattress, it's not that thick. It's about a 6-inch mattress, but it's actually pretty comfortable. I came in here thinking that I was gonna have to buy a new mattress for it, but probably won't have to do it. It's actually pretty comfortable. And what I like about having a window type air conditioner is a couple of things. It doesn't use that much power, and if it ever goes bad, it's just as easy as taking it out and putting another one in, and they're not that expensive. You can see that it's got a shelf up here above the bed, and it's got a little, I guess you can call this a wardrobe, like they call it on the manual, a wardrobe, but it's just a little closet where you can hang some stuff, but there's plenty of storage in there. There's like so much storage in here. It does have this area right here. I thought about using this area for Lulu to sleep, but it didn't work out very well last night. She just ended up on the bed with me. And it's also got some storage right here. As you can see, these are some of my B2 batteries for the Mega 2. However, I didn't need to use it because the Mega 2 only went through about 20% of its energy reserves overnight. So it did really well. But I'll probably end up keeping these in here just in case I ever do need to use them. But we have another outlet here, USB-A, USB-C there as well. We have some storage above the dinette, which is plenty of storage. Like I said, this little place has a lot of storage. You can see that that's where the AC connects to. Nice and simple. I really like that. This is our little kitchenette, which is just enough. The sink is not huge, but it's big enough to clean that big plate that you saw me eating that steak out of last night. And this is just a little 2-burner stove, nothing fancy. It works. I really like that it did come with an exhaust fan, because I really don't like the smell of food inside my living space. And it's even got a little nook right here that you can use to put whatever you want. Probably end up putting spices and stuff like that in there. We have more storage up here. And we have a really nice storage area down here. And then we've got a couple of drawers in here, right under the cook stove. Last spot is right here, under everything. And definitely gonna have to figure something out about the floor, because I hate having a dirty floor. So I'm thinking about buying one of those mops that are like electric. I know someone that's got one and it works great. I was thinking about buying one of those that is electric to keep in here all the time, and I think it'll go great right here. In this corner here, where you see the B2 batteries for the Mega 2, be able to stand it up right here up against this wall. There's a plug right there because it self-cleans and everything. But this is it, ladies and gentlemen. This is the maiden voyage of Rudy's Corner. And I hope that you enjoyed this video. I'm assuming it's going to be out sometime within a week or so, because it's going to take me forever to edit the hours and hours of footage that I've recorded. Anyway, I hope that you enjoyed it. I hope that you're enjoying your day and your week. Go out there and live in the now. God bless every one of you. God bless America. This is Rudy's Corner, and I am out.